Today, we're going to look at one position value that's used a bit less than the more basic ones like relative and fixed. It's often misunderstood. It's called position absolute. At first glance, absolute positioning looks like position fixed because it lets you customize the placement of your element. However, there are two key differences. The first is that position absolute does not stay on the screen as you scroll. And the second and more important difference is that absolute positioned elements are positioned relative to their parent element, as opposed to the viewport, which is the case with fixed position elements. And to make matters more complicated, you sometimes see absolute positioned elements actually positioned relative to the viewport, but that only happens when they have no immediate parent element. So let's see this in action so it makes a little more sense. Here we have a layout of gray blocks. The top block has a child element with a block size small class. We'll use this to show the difference between fixed and absolute positioning. You probably know what to expect when we write position fixed, top 0, and right 100 px. We're going to add one new property here called z-index, which we will get into later in the chapter. But what happens when we turn it into an absolute element? Here's the difference. Our absolute element positions itself relative to its parent, the gray block. When the same element is fixed, its position is relative to the viewport, or rather the screen itself. Of course, that's not the whole story. If we were to take block size small and move it outside of its parent, it would position itself relative to its new parent. And in this case, it has no new parent, so it will position itself to the viewport like a fixed item would. Let's move it outside of its parent element, block size med. And there you have it. This has been a quick look at absolute positioning, how absolute elements position themselves relative to their parent elements or the viewport.